Maverick 100.9 Aggie Lands Country Alternative. It's Corliss. Happy to welcome Sammy Sadler. How are you, Sammy?
I'm doing good, Corliss. Thank you so much for having us on today.
Oh, I'm very excited too. I know you are always cranking out music, and I think that that's amazing. And the one you've brought to us today is Louisiana Rain, which I don't know about you, but we could use some Texas rain. I don't know how Louisiana's doing.
Well, I tell we definitely could use some more rain. We need it.
Well, tell me where this song comes from, Sammy.
Well, I heard this song a long time ago. I've been doing this a long time, Corliss, and I heard this song a long time ago, and it ended up being a song that Roger Murrah and Richard Alves wrote. And, Roger Murrah is in the Country Music Hall of Fame as a songwriter, and Rich Alves, if you remember the guys back in Pirates of the Mississippi, Rich is the lead singer and was the lead singer for Pirates of the Mississippi.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, Feed Jake is what they had, and they had some more stuff. But when I heard this song, I just loved it, and I've held on to it, and we ended up being able to record it and get it out, and it's our new single that's out at radio now.
I'm so excited for this. Oh, that sounds so, that's a lot of prolific writers in one. So, and even better yet, we have Sammy Sadler performing it. So let's debut it now on Maverick 100.9. This is Sammy Sadler and Louisiana Rain. Due to copyright, Brian Broadcasting is not licensed to air this single for you in podcast form, but you can find it on all downloading and streaming platforms. And today's interview continues now. Maverick 100.9, you just heard it here first. That was the latest from Sammy Sadler and Louisiana Rain. We've got Sammy on with us now. And Sammy, I know even through the pandemic and everything, I never stopped getting emails from you. You never stopped. How did you keep powering through like that?
Well, I mean, we hadn't toured in a while just because of COVID, but we released music, and we released my latest album that's out right now. Is titled 1989. And we went back to that era, which I don't know if a lot of your viewers might not be familiar with, but my career, Corliss, started back in the late 80s. And I got a record deal right out of high school when I was 18 years old. And I got out of high school in 84, moved to Nashville, got a record deal within like 6 or 8 months. And back in those days, they wouldn't put out albums on you. They would put out singles and kind of see how you would do on your singles. So to make a long story short, by the middle of 1985 to 1989, I'd released 6 singles, and all of those records had charted. But my 6th single that we had out at the time was the old Aaron Neville song, Tell It Like It Is.
Yeah.
And that song was skyrocketing up the chart for us, and it took off, and they started rushing me in to record the album, and tragedy struck on March 9th, 1989. My friend Kevin Hughes was a chart manager for Cashbox magazine back then. And, Cashbox was a rivalry to Billboard back then.
Oh.
And so he was in charge of where the top 100 records moved on the charts. And I had Tell It Like It Is out in March of 89, and tragedy struck us on March 9th. Kevin was shot and murdered on Music Row, and I was shot and left for dead. And it's known around the world as the murder on Music Row.
Oh, my word.
And so my career just totally came to a halt that night. And Billy Joe Royal was on Atlantic Records, and Billy Joe ended up cutting Tell It Like It Is, named his album Tell It Like It Is. And my single died, obviously, but Billy Joe ended up taking that song to number 2 and still remains the biggest record of his career.
Wow. What a whole lot of history there. I think that, but it kind of makes you realize that you can make it through anything. And you can stay true to yourself. And that seems like what you've done, Sammy.
Well, I'm just thankful that I'm still here. God's given me a second chance in life, and we're still here, and we're still putting out music. And I wrote a book about the incident. It's called A Hit with a Bullet. And if anybody wants to get that, they can go to my website or they can go to Amazon and pick up a copy. If they go to my website, I'll autograph it for them. And it's called A Hit with a Bullet. It tells about not only my life, my journey to Nashville. It talks about the murder, obviously the trial and the murder. It talks about the history of country music. And it talks about how people's careers are really made in the music business. So if anybody wants to get a copy of that, it's on my website or Amazon. And we're just thankful to still be here and still be in a business that we love and still pursuing our dream that we started so long ago.
Oh, man, I love that for you. And yeah, seriously, that sounds like a phenomenal read. You guys got to check that out. Once again, this is Sammy Sadler that we're chatting with. And, you did bring up touring a little bit. How does that look for you now? Have you gotten back out on the road?
We are going to be getting back out sometime, I hope, this summer. We just released Louisiana Rain, and it's just now coming on the charts on Texas and getting out to all you guys at radio. Mm-hmm. So we're going to get that going, and then we're going to be going back out and putting a new road show together and putting a new show and hopefully be coming to a town to everybody sometime this summer.
Oh, good. That is what I like to hear. So you guys, please follow Sammy Sadler. Make sure you keep an eye on what's going on, whether it's tour dates, new music. You can get his brand new album, 1989 now, and you can pick up that book as well. Sammy, thank you so much for the heartfelt stories today on Maverick.
Oh, well, thank you. Thank you for playing our records, and thank you for the interview. It's, it's all because of you guys at radio and the fans that we have careers. So thank you guys so much for supporting us.